Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily Dvar, and here's a brand new Halacha for you, and it's for Thursday, the 13th day of March. Here we go. Now, today is a Halacha about davening on the Friday afternoon that is Purim, just over a week and a half away. Here goes. Usually, what the thing to do is, since some people drink some wine at the Purim meal, and they can become somewhat intoxicated, although on another day we're going to discuss that, you run into the problem of mincha. You're not allowed to daven ever while you're drunk, and so what people usually arrange on a typical Purim afternoon is they'll go to a mincha like at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, and so they're done, they davened, and then they'll go to their Purim Suda at like 4 or 5 o'clock, eat, have some wine, and even if they are a little bit intoxicated, they already davened mincha, so there's no fear of them davening in that state. And later at night, they can daven marv, and hopefully they're perfectly sober by then. This year, it gets a little more complicated because the Purim Suda cannot start at 4 o'clock in the afternoon because it's Friday afternoon right before Shabbos. So the Purim Sudas are supposed to be eaten earlier, like around noontime, to finish somewhere around 2 or 3 o'clock. So you really have to have your Purim Suda before Mincha. And you're absolutely not ever allowed to daven while you are drunk. And therefore, you're really going to have to consider being a good boy and really arranging it such that you do not get yourself to the state where you can't daven mincha properly. Because bottom line, you're never, ever allowed to daven while you are drunk. So think that all out and plan things accordingly such that you do all of the mitzvahs properly. I'll just end by telling you, interestingly, that everybody is expected to bench at the end of a Purim meal. And God knows that sometimes we have a little bit of wine at a meal, especially at the Purim meal, and He does ask us to bench. You do not skip the benching at the end of the Purim meal, but again, you have to be a big boy, arrange things properly such that you can bench properly at the end of your meal, and certainly this year do a proper mincha at some time on Friday afternoon before Shabbos and in a proper state of mind. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.